Hi, everyone, and welcome. I've set the table in a sort of magical Christmassy way because I want to give a video out to everyone in the community that works in a magical way. I'm talking about tarot readers, oracle readers. Maybe you're into even, I got over there, the crystal ball. But basically, I'm sending out the best of wishes to all, and I'm going to do a collective reading here down below for what we really need to know for our year ahead. Now, we're moving from 2024 with this video into 2025, and I'm going to pull a card at the end with the botanical oracle just to get a final word. But I've shuffled the cards, I've done lots of reversals, I've put the intention in that this is for the magical community and what we need to be aware of as we move into this new year. So we'll just straighten the camera a little bit here and let's get busy. All right. I'm going to be doing the Celtic Cross, and we're going to just work our way through it. Ooh, interesting. The Queen of Cups upside down. Well, to me, that says that the new year, we might be feeling a little bit drained. We may not actually be using our intuition in a way that we're used to. If it's upside down like this, it tells me that we're maybe a little bit emotional, as I say, a little bit drained. Let's move in so you can see the card a bit more. And I'll pull it up. So normally she sits this way. But this way, there seems to be an issue with accomplishing things through her sensory. She feels, she's very emotional. And this tells me that she's taking things in a little bit too much. We're going to have to be careful in the new year that we don't drain ourselves too much and that we don't get emotionally bogged down with what's happening in the world. Our divination, where we highly rely on our intuition, we might have to do some more work. Intuition may not get us where we want to get to in this new year. It's going to be a little bit interesting. So she's stepping out of her comfort zone there. And why? Well, maybe there is the feeling in the new year of having to stretch ourselves. When I look at this man here, he seems a little bit stretched. So something might be out of proportion. We're going to have to really look at our finances, what gives us security, the things that we have put our energies into. There's one over here that's like an extra gift. So maybe if we are not able to use our intuition as strongly this year, maybe as magical people, there's another gift coming. And because it's on the ground, I think it's going to give us a sense of security and confidence. But also with the staff running this way, there's a need to bring balance. 7 is always a struggle. But if we hang in there and maybe focus on one thing at a time, maybe we can keep all this growing for when it's ready, when we can pick it. I'm going back to her, though, feeling a little bit drained about trying to find something in the new year that brings satisfaction and confidence. So I'm going to adjust the camera here again. Okay, so now we're going on to the root of the matter. And this is a really nice card. This is the 9 of coins. And this tells me that even though we may be struggling a little bit here, that be proud of everything that you can bring to the new year, all those accomplishments. Here's a person who works behind the scenes, very much like tarot readers and oracle readers. And she's connecting here very strongly with the earth element. So we have had this one here with the earth element as well. It just tells me that we might find more growth, more prosperity, and maybe doing some more groundwork this year, building towards something. And, when you go back to nature, it can certainly refortify us. So if you're feeling a little bit drained and emotionally spent, then it's time to take stock of what has been working for you. What have you been building towards? What are you finding that you've been working on here that's emotionally taxing? Maybe there's more energy going out than there should be. And taking a moment to pause and finding those private times. This is a woman who certainly enjoys her private times. So stepping back from being emotionally involved maybe in the bigger scheme of things, maybe you need to take a little bit of a rest from trying to help everyone else and get back into nurturing yourself and letting all the rest come after. All right, what should we realize is passing out of our lives in 2024? Maybe we're done with? Oh, the King of Swords. Now that's interesting because logic and reason usually plays heavily with the King of Swords. I guess it's being more upfront. But if it's over here and what we're really willing to release, again, I get the feeling of us stepping back a little bit. There's not that need to be so vocal, which is interesting. As tarot readers and oracle readers, we are very vocal. But this year seems to be about maybe keeping some things to ourselves. If it's in that position, what we need to release, maybe that we're not always right. The King of Swords is usually one about truth, facts, and nothing deceptive. I got a feeling that we're going to be having to keep some things private. Maybe not sharing so much if you have a YouTube channel, Facebook. It might be wise to keep some of the personal information secret. Not disclosing everything. And that can be emotionally draining because we're having to really check in with ourselves and say, should I be sharing this right now? Am I being truthful? Wow, this is very, very interesting the way it's pulling through. Okay, so now I'm going to have to grab this one. How we think the year is going to go. I like that this one is upside down. I like that the fact that this normally represents for me a lot of competition. And if we can step back from things in the new year and maybe work on ourselves, just like this Nine of Pentacles suggests, and taking time for ourselves and not getting caught up in the competitive nature that sometimes happens with tarot when you're doing a station and you're always trying to build the numbers. That there's so many people out there right now starting stations. There are a lot of tarot and oracle readers on YouTube, on Facebook. But this says, let's back off from being so competitive because why? It's emotionally draining and it's taxing our resources when really 2025 may be building up our resources in order to bring it out later on. She takes pride in all that she can do, and she's put in her time, and she has a different perspective on things. So I'm thinking we both, myself included here, I'm saying both, whomever I'm talking to, maybe there's some inner healing that we need to do in order to bring this all into balance. We live in such a competitive world, and sometimes a lot of people are sharing more than they should. So in the next 3 months, this is nice. We might be able to feel a little bit more fulfilled, a little bit more blessed, and that we have even more to share as a community in the new year. Nice card. Okay, so now I'm going to lay down the other ones over here. And I'll adjust the camera. So it looks like we're in for some changes personally. So when I pull up the card over here is how we see ourselves. Well, that goes along with the Queen of Cups upside down. But I like that this one is upside down because then we're not so fearful. We're willing to take on the challenge to follow this road without fear in order to find illumination. This is the Moon card, and sometimes it can represent things that just don't seem right. It might be a year where there is a lot of fear, and like that Queen of Cups, it's very overwhelming for us. So if we can face it and we can take that one day at a time, work through the months ahead, and really, really get back to what brings us peace, confidence, security, and move out of this fear. There's so much going on in the world to be overwhelmed. And I get that feeling that the Queen of Cups feels very overwhelmed. The magical people, the intuitive people, they're just emotionally drained. But here, we've got the Ace of Cups. There's hope. And we can't give up on that. So face our fears, put it aside, and the influencing factors around us, the Empress, that we really need to nurture ourselves in this next year. She's a woman who likes luxury. She enjoys the finer things, and she's always working towards planting what she has for growth in order to harvest down the road. Threes are always great for growth. Sixes are healing. But this is talking to me that maybe in 3 months that we finally get this new influx of energy that raises our hopes. And then we can set about growing, nurturing. And nurturing others in the community would be great too. She is the mother, so if you can take someone under your wings this year and give them a little bit of your knowledge, not in a way that's going to drain you, but you're going to feel that you're making a commitment to help someone else grow as well as yourself. Okay, now if I zoom back out, you can start to see the Cross's arm that we're working on here. And this one is hopes, dreams, and fears. Okay, the Page of Cups. Well, we hope for what? Good messages. We have dreams and things that we want to accomplish, and we're not going to let fear stop us. That's a great card. And this one, just like this, says it's time to start something new. And it's a new way of looking at things, a new way of feeling about things, not letting life get us down, to fill our cups up again, be hopeful. And there's always something that we can look at again. I always look at the page of cups with that fish in there, that something needs a second look. And that makes me happy. Now, sometimes I put these together here and I read them. So you've got this very proud woman who has accomplished a lot. How? Why? Because she doesn't let fear keep her back, hold her back. And she's always looking at the future, what she can grow, what she can nourish. And she values that within herself and others. Okay, and the last card, the Wheel of Fortune. Super. So this tells me the outcome will be swift moving, fortunate, and it's always nice to be on top of the wheel, that we will find direction. Our hopes and destinies can manifest. And 10 is about something completing, yes, but that ability to start again, with 10 becoming 1. I look at this card as very fortunate, very positive, that destiny takes its course. Okay, so as an overcap, I would say that don't let things happening in the world weigh upon you. Look after yourself, your finances, what brings you confidence. Build with care. Keep your patience. And, take a check, a reality check. Look at how much you've got and be proud of what you've got. Keep some things to yourself. Don't share everything. Don't get involved with all the competition that is out there or feel that you have to compete. And this is like a surrender card. So if you're really competing this way, it's like, I no longer feel I have to compete. I'm only looking at my world, my life, and what I can do with it. I'm very hopeful. I will face my fears and turn it around and nurture. I'll be like that person that is very helpful, very organized, very practical, but sees the benefit of helping others and nurturing others, as well as myself, and stay growth oriented. I'll take a second look at things, possibilities that can be emotionally fulfilling for me. And I trust that things will move forward in a positive manner. Now, I'm going to shuffle these oracle cards here. Gorgeous backs. And we'll just see this is going out for the tarot readers, the oracle readers, the magical people. Oh, one fell out. Brighton, calendula. This is a great little plant. It has so much healing and calming abilities. And it's one of those ones that for me comes up first thing in the spring. It's bright. The colors are vibrant. It's a happy plant. And it stays around until the frost. Even the first couple frosts don't deter it from keeping its sunny glow within your garden. So I guess it's suggesting that we too can look for the brighter aspects for the year ahead. Be radiant like this little plant. And he is strong and he is sturdy and he shines in the garden. So let's just see what the little booklet says. In our Hedge Witches Field Guide, there's the author. Now, I'm just going to go to the bees here and see what it says. I don't have to bore you. Hang on a second and I will find. Well, this is kind of nice when I get into the information around it. It says if you were to see this card in a friendship or love reading, it might mean that happiness and good times are in store, but they are temporary and perhaps somewhat superficial. And with the calendula, it's a sunny plant that brightens, soothes, and heals, and it's okay to just accept it as one of nature's blessings. Every phase of your life journey requires grace, and the grace to persevere in the face of adversity, but also, maybe even more importantly, the grace to embrace moments of ease and abundance. And that sits nicely beside her. So, I wish everyone a great year. We may feel a little bit disappointed as we go into it, but you know what? We've got the calendula to brighten us. We've got pride and sense of who we are. And things can turn around so quickly. We need to feel the blessings when they come along and take the time to look at them and really appreciate them. And above all, grow. So, best wishes again to everyone, and I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it's a little bit of inspiration. We can't all have happy, upright cards all the time, and we need to know how to work through that. And if you have any ideas about the cards and their meanings, chime in. I'd love to hear it.